Hey, this your boy Veli. Welcome back to the channel. And this isn't a great video at all, guys. You know, it's something people should be really concerned about. It's something that I've been saying for the longest, because anybody with a brain could just put two and two together and get four. But you know, people are having a hard time doing that these days, man. Let's get into the video so I can show you exactly what I'm talking about.
White House and the Pentagon are urging the House to move quickly in passing the Senate's $95 billion foreign aid package. This legislation includes more than $60 billion for Ukraine, $14 billion in security assistance for Israel.
Now let's just take a look at this shit real quick, man. They got $60 billion for Ukraine, which we've been sending so much fucking money to Ukraine. We're actually breaking our country. Like, they have borrowed into debt from our great grandkids at this point. And they just keep fucking going. But this is the part I want to point out. They have $14 billion that they send in security assistance to Israel, which doesn't need it. And then they have $9 billion that they send into Gaza. So you actively have America supporting both sides of a conflict right now. And nobody sees a fucking problem with that. Sending billions to both sides of the conflict right now. Not saying, hold up, we're not giving nobody any more money until y'all stop killing each other and just shooting at each other. That should be what the fuck is being said to these people. We're not giving no more of you people any fucking thing if y'all don't stop shooting at each other. But no, the Biden regime is just going to fund both sides of the fucking war. What a criminal.
Israel, and nearly $5 billion for the Indo-Pacific region, which is what we want to get into right now. House Speaker Mike Johnson, however, is warning that it will not be getting a vote in the chamber in the current form. Here's what Deputy Pentagon Press Secretary Sabrina Singh had to say about that yesterday. Watch.
If we don't get this supplemental from the House, that means no more PDA packages for Ukraine, no more USAI packages and authorities for Ukraine, and of course that puts at risk also what we're able to do in the Indo-Pacific. So our allies and our adversaries are watching to see whether the U.S. will continue to stand with Ukraine.
Now they worried about adversaries and allies watching us. Why weren't they concerned about this shit? You literally have the President of the United States, Joe Biden, calling places like Saudi Arabia and the Middle East. They're not even picking up the fucking phone for the dude. What president of the United States has ever gotten to the point to where other countries don't even respect you enough to pick up the phone? A fucking embarrassment. Now they worried about how they look. We've been looking fucking weak and retarded, bro. Been looking weak and mentally ill over here. Like, these people, like, so delusional, man. But we haven't even gotten to the best part yet. Because I don't know who's been keeping up with the news, but have y'all been seeing any of the news talking about all the Chinese nationalists just coming through our border from the side of Mexico? Nobody finds that to be curious at all, and they're not even reporting on it. How many Chinese military-aged men are just coming through our border? What the fuck is that about? We're going to find out soon. Let's keep going.
To stand with Taiwan, to stand with Israel.
And how about the wide open border and its implications? Joining me right now is the Gatestone Institute senior fellow, author of The Coming Collapse of China and China is Going to War, Gordon Chang, back with me this morning. Gordon, great to see you. Thank you so much for being here. And I know you want to really get into specifically that money going to the Indo-Pacific. Tell me about that.
Well, first of all, there are 3 compact states. The United States has a financial obligation to fund these compacts. This is Palau, Marshall Islands, Micronesia. These islands control Pacific. If China gets them, and China's really trying very hard, because it's saying to people in the islands, the U.S. is not funding its obligations, therefore you should ditch the U.S., go to China. That means China would have naval bases close to Hawaii, and that means we would not be able to get across the Pacific to Asia without encountering the Chinese.
So what you're saying is, look, the money should go, this supplemental package is important, particularly to ward off the dominance that we continue to see from communist China.
Right. And these compact states, it's $2.4 billion over 20 years. But the other issue, of course, is the border, as you've talked about, because across that border, we are seeing Chinese soldiers come across. And really what we're talking about is China putting together the infrastructure in the U.S. to attack the U.S. So clearly we've got to secure that border, or we're going to be fighting on our own soil.
Well, it's just incredible to me that this administration...
And you know, they've been had the signs and intelligence for all this stuff. Because I done seen, you know, plenty of videos to where it's mentioned, but it's barely talked about. So it seems like they're just trying to suppress that part of everything that's going on at the border. They just keep showing like Africans and like, Middle Easterns and stuff like that. I probably only see 1 or 2 videos with rows of like Chinese nationalists. The fuck are they doing coming across the border? They don't have to do shit like that unless they're being told and sent to do that. But like I said, man, the country isn't good at math right now, man. They added 1+1 and getting fucking 5,000. The stuff in their pockets. This shit is goofy, man. But it's real consequences for neglecting duty. And we haven't seen that yet. We worried about the economy, worried about all this other stuff. I wouldn't be surprised if we have all type of terrorist attack pop up, man. They left the border open to anybody who wants to come. Look how many enemies America created all over the globe. Went to the Middle East, destabilized them. Iran, Iraq, all that. Destroyed them people's lives, made them drug addicts. Made their kids drug addicts and orphans. And then, just leave the border open so all our enemies can come in. This shit's a joke and the most dangerous shit that could ever have happened to America. And Joe Biden is still fucking in the White House after all this other shit. Him and Kamala Harris. It should have been something in the Constitution, something to remove these fucking traitors, bastards, bro. The damage they do to America is going to take damn near a century just to fucking peel back. The damage is already done, man. It's continue, and we got the rest of the year for them to cause more damage. Because the election, like, we don't swap presidents till next year, beginning of next year. So we got this whole year going through this shit, man.
Administration refuses to acknowledge all these Chinese nationals that are coming through the border. They're creating a little mini army, and I'm wondering what the point is here. Are they trying to put people in place, I'm talking about communist China, so that when and if Donald Trump wins, they can create havoc in the streets and become saboteurs, starting wildfires and propaganda?
Absolutely. That lab in Reedley, California.
Chinese migrants arrested in one day. Across the San Diego border. How the fuck did they get here? They might have had military ships or something drop them off, man. Who fucking knows, man? Chinese spy balloons all in the air, refusing people, Biden refusing to shoot it down, all type of weird shit. China was funding him at Penn, paying him millions of dollars. He never showed up to teach a class. People can be stupid all they want to, man. Just make sure you don't, just make sure you play stupid when all the bad shit going on too. Don't just play stupid now. Don't start panicking now, wanting to worry about shit when everything hit the fan. Make sure you remain as stupid as you did when all this shit was building up.
The secret Chinese biological weapons facility, that can't be the only one that China has. And then you put together these images of recent Chinese migrants coming into the U.S. less than 3 weeks, taking target practice with sniper rifles and pistols. So really what we have here is the makings of a Chinese army, not in China, but in the United States itself. And the Biden administration.
And shooting sniper rifles and pistols, what they training for? This shit, yo.
Administration's not tracking these people.
This is incredibly disturbing. And you said, I know you just wrote a piece on this. If you are running from persecution, the first thing you want to do is make sure that you have a place to live and you want to be safe. You're not exactly going to go pick up a rifle and start doing target practice, are you?
No, and we're hearing over the last week when we talked about this last, there are more and more reports of Chinese taking target practice in the U.S. So it's not just the ones that we saw in those images, it's also in Idaho.
It's unbelievable. The Wall Street Journal is out with a report titled China's shipyards are ready for a protracted war. America's aren't. They write this: while Chinese shipyards are thriving and primed to build at wartime rates, U.S. shipbuilding is in disarray, according to this report. Chinese military planners have leveraged the nation's shipbuilding empire to build up the world's largest navy. I've talked about this with General Jack Keane many times, who told me we are, bottom line, outgunned when it comes to the Navy in the U.S. versus the Chinese Navy.
Clearly, China has more ships than we do. We say our ships are more capable, as the chief of naval operations said yesterday. But the point is, when you have a lot of quantity, you can overwhelm quality. And really, this is a problem that's been decades in the making. But Biden doesn't seem to care about it because there is no push to really build American ships. It's not just commercial ships, it's Navy ships as well. This is a problem because the Chinese can build ships like 300 times faster than we can.
And why should Biden give a shit? He's a Chinese plant. Fake ballots paid by China years prior to him becoming president, selling influence. Shit is disgusting. Now we got Chinese coming over here, nationalists that's supposed to be seeking asylum, coming over here practicing with pistols and sniper rifles. And nobody's tracking them. And if you notice, they're moving to rural states where it's a lot of mountains and just like still like it's still preserved naturally. A lot of forest, natures. It's just rural. They're not going into the states with the cities and all that other stuff, man. They staying out to where you can't even see what they doing. Yo, God bless America, man. I don't know how long we're gonna exist, man. So yeah, if nothing is done about this shit, man, enjoy the last little bit of America that you can enjoy, man. Y'all seen this atrocious shit like I seen it, man. I'm out.